Hi, Naturopathic Dr. Samia McCulley here. And if you're watching this video, congratulations on taking the step to make the investment to start losing weight and keep it off permanently. Welcome to Weight Loss 360. Weight Loss 360 is a conglomeration of the best of the things that I have found over the last 16 years that help people lose and keep weight off. And they are all different programs that I have not created myself, but that I have used with patients, many patients, and have found them to be the most effective things that I have found. I've helped thousands of people lose weight over the last 16 years. And in all the diets and things that I have used with my patients, I have found one common thread. And what this diet that you're going to be doing, the 12-week Candida diet, I have found them to be the most easy to follow, the quickest to lose weight, and the most effective. So you should be excited that you're starting this. So what I'm going to explain to you right now is how to use the book that you are going to download. And in video 2, I did this kind of backwards, but video 2, I show you how to download it. So I'm just going to explain it briefly here. What I want you to do is go get the login information for your Club Reduce website login that you should have gotten upon making the investment for this program. Once you log in, click on the daily journal on the left-hand side of the page. You may also see it as the first square box and just in the main part of the website page once you log in. And on the bottom left-hand side, you will see a place to download your 12-week book. So but should be, if it's as confusing what I'm saying right now, just go look at the second video first, the very first bit of it, and then come back and watch this video. Okay, so I'm going to start screen sharing right now. I'm going to be looking over here because the screen I'm looking at right now is totally cracked, so I won't be able to see what I'm reading. So, okay, so we are going to, here we go. So what you're looking at is page 1, the table of contents. Here's my mouse here. Table of contents for you. And what I would like you to do is read through sections 1, 2, 3, and 4 on your own. What we are going to go through right now is your food list, page 23. So let's move to page 23. Page 23, this is for you to very quickly start and kind of jump in. What I recommend you doing is going over these lists and going to the grocery store and stocking up on the things you need. Obviously, you want to set yourself up for success. So planning ahead, obviously, always good. Always have things you can eat at home. Otherwise, you will go for all the other junk that's sitting there that other people in your house might be eating. And maybe if you're lucky, you have a partner in crime in this new diet, and everyone in your house may be eating the same thing, which would actually be great. So in the foods to enjoy, you will see a list of vegetables, a list of lettuce and greens. Keep going, and now you see fruits. After the reintroduction on day 22 of this diet, however, it is my opinion that if you are trying to lose more than 20 pounds, I would rather you wait until you are done the full 12-week program to start eating fruit. Now, you're going to be getting a coaching call once a week anyway, so that can be addressed when you get to this point in the diet. So there is, I just want to make sure you pay attention to the asterisks here. Certain fruits are not really what we consider to be fruits. So avocado, lemon, limes, and tomatoes, you can all consume those throughout the program, unless you're doing your detox, of course, which we will, I'm going to make another video about that. So, very popular book right now is about lectins and things that can cause issues. Nightshades or something that can cause issues with some people, can aggravate joint pain. So if there are things that you know that bother you, avoid them. I don't need to tell you to avoid something that you know already causes you problems. So what I want to make sure of is that you just use your common sense in this, and just eat things that you know make you feel good. So we're already restricting the list. This is why I'm not restricting it even more by saying no tomatoes, no this, that, and the other thing, if there's a potential for some people to be sensitive, because the vast majority of people will be fine with it if they're changing their diet this much. Lean meat. Really what this is poultry. This is a list of poultry and fish. And for the fish, you want to go to safewatch.org and make sure that the fish that you're eating is not loaded with mercury. The smaller the fish, the better, because as fish get older, they have more and more time to collect mercury in the water. And so some other good choices that are not on this list, you can, I would recommend getting a pen and pad, write this down. So first you want to note that page 23 is your food lists, what to eat. And safewatch.org, go to safewatch.org and check out to make sure that your mercury content is low in the things you're choosing. 3 low mercury fish, usually you'll find them in a tin, would be sardines, mackerel, and herring. And if you shop at Trader Joe's, they have all of those things. Okay. Chicken, make sure you're getting pastured chickens if you can. A lot of the chicken, the way it's grown and what it's fed, not such a fan of those things. So I would maybe try and stick a little more to fish. Limited grains and legumes. So again, here, if you have been following a standard American diet where it's like fast food, hot dogs and hamburgers, your vegetable is ketchup, go ahead and eat the lentils, rice, and quinoa, because your diet has already vastly changed by just changing to what we see here on this page. If you have already eaten a healthier diet, you probably want to skip these things altogether, because your weight loss will be sped up by changing, by eliminating grains and more carbs. So that, again, could be something that's brought up to your coach. And just make sure that if you are eating that stuff, the total is only a cup, no more than a cup, whether it's 1 or all 3 together. Nuts and seeds. Nuts and seeds, feel free to eat the things that are listed on here, and make sure that they are raw. They're not like planters and they've been roasted in peanut oil or sunflower oil or something like that and have a ton of, iodized salt on them. You can roast them yourself. You can add Himalayan salt, but it's better to get raw. And of course, you're going to count calories, which I'll talk about in a minute. So total is up to a half a cup per day. Actually, the seeds aren't listed on here. I'm just realizing. So seeds, you can have pumpkin seeds, you can have sunflower seeds, you can have watermelon seeds, and there's actually a great mix that I buy at Costco that has got pumpkin seeds, watermelon seeds. I think there's one other thing, but it's a blue label and it's very tasty. Okay. Dressing, broth, and condiments. You can take a look at this yourself. Sauerkraut that they're talking about is fermented in salt. You want to make sure that what you're eating is as whole foods as you can possibly get it. You can have butter. You can have ghee, if you know what ghee is. It's clarified butter, basically. You could, grass-fed pastured butter is better. Kerrygold, Clover. 2 eggs a day. My preferred is pastured organic eggs. Healthy oils. So I'm going to probably talk a lot about this, but fat does not make you fat. Fat is perfectly fine. So these oils, any oil that you ever have, make sure it's not refined. Refined oil is inflammatory, and vegetable oil is terrible for you. It's always inflammatory. So the coconut oil, extra virgin olive oil, flaxseed oil, these are all fine. And if you may be thinking or have a question about avocado oil, I have to be honest, there are quite a few doctors who are public figures who I have a lot of respect for. They all recommend avocado oil. I have not really seen any avocado oil bottles that say that they are unrefined, and so I'm a little bit leery, especially because when you cut open an avocado, how quickly it oxidizes and goes black. So I just avoid avocado oil. It may be fine, but I don't trust it yet. So that's where I stand on that. Salt and spices. Real salt is great. Actually bought some the other day at Whole Foods. My favorite salt though is Himalayan salt, and I will put a link. You will get a sheet that has a bunch of links of my favorite products and or support items for this Weight Loss 360 program. Okay, sweeteners. My take on sweeteners. When you're trying to lose weight, better not to instigate a sweet craving. So once you've been on this diet for a few days and taking the supplements, you will not crave sugar. I don't think I've heard from anyone that they're craving sugar after a few days. So I also, pure maple syrup you will be using during the detox phase of this diet, which is perfectly fine, and you need to do that. But outside of that, you don't need to use maple syrup. You do not need to use honey, and you really don't need to use the other sweeteners either. I just think that you're going to stimulate more of a desire for you to eat sweet other things if you do eat these kinds of sweets. So that's that about that. And I also, they're saying that you can introduce fruit or introduce maple syrup and honey after the fruit introduction. But again, same thing I said about the fruit. If you're wanting to lose, if you have a significant amount of weight to lose, I think it's better to keep you on a good track if you just avoid it until you're done your 12 weeks. And then once you go into the maintenance phase, then that stuff can be incorporated in smaller amounts. Beverages and nutritional shakes. Coconut water. Write this down. Coconut water has a lot of sugar in it. I will talk about how you calculate sugar, how you figure out how much sugar is in a product. But if you just trust me on this, coconut water has a significant amount of sugar. Yes, it's naturally occurring, but sugar is sugar, and your body will interpret it the same way it interprets most other sugars. So I would steer clear of it for now. And my drink of choice would be water. Nutritional shakes. You'll be getting 2 jars of nutritional shake. And actually, I don't think I mentioned it in the second video, but you can go into when you log into Club Reduce, you can order solutions for products, and you're welcome to order whatever flavors of nutritional shakes they have. Today is June 1st, 2020. As of yet, the vegetarian version of the shake is not out. The only version that they have is the whey. I'm just going to talk about this for a second because I think it's really important. So I typically have not done dairy for about 20 years, off and on, when I'm feeling like eating cheese at a party or something. Yes, I do. I do eat butter, however, liberally. and I eat ghee, which is clarified butter, but it doesn't go well when I eat dairy typically. So when I started this diet with my patients, and I always try and I do pretty much everything I ask my patients to do, because I don't think it's really fair for me to just sit there and tell them to do things that I won't do or can't do. So I was nervous because this shake is whey, and whey comes from cow milk. This whey in particular comes from pasture finished cows in New Zealand. And the first time I took it, my stomach blew up like a balloon very quickly. And so I called the owner of Club Reduce and I spoke to him. I've had many, many conversations with him about this. The way, basically what you're consuming is, it's the building blocks of protein, like amino acids. And I actually use a shake pretty much every day, either for breakfast or a snack. And I have no issues with it anymore. It does not cause any of the constipation or cramping that I get from other dairy. And technically there is no dairy in the whey, the dairy solids that are considered to be problematic. So I've had maybe one patient who has an issue with it. So everybody else, try it a couple times and then typically you're fine with it. So that is that about the shakes. Okay, foods to avoid. You can read through this list. It's pretty self-explanatory. Meat. I will say, if you were to eat pasture-finished lamb or beef in very, very small amounts during this diet, I think that's okay. It is harder to digest than other forms of protein. But, in a pinch, if that's all that you have available to you, I think that's okay. Using meat as a condiment rather than a main thing is also better anyway, anytime. So, but just make sure if you were to do that, it needs to be pasture finished. Dairy, so frequent use of organic butter. So you want to just use it sparingly. You want to limit your eggs to 2 a day and eliminate all other dairy products. You can see all this other stuff, which you can read through yourself. One thing I will make a note of is that if you want to have tea during this program, use fresh leaves like spearmint or mint leaves. You can use ginger to make tea, because you don't know how long it's been sitting there, you don't know where it's come from, you don't know where it's been stored, and oftentimes that kind of stuff has mold. And when we are trying to eliminate candida, which is a really common cause of impossible weight loss, or associated with impossible weight loss, the candida is aggravated by anything that could potentially have mold in it. That's another reason why old leftovers, if you're gonna, I would even say 3 days, after 2 days, get rid of it. So you want to keep things really clean, what you're eating. Okay, the next section that I want to look at is page 50. So let me switch over here. Actually, in your book, it's page 50. In my book, it's 51. Okay, daily checklists. So this is something you will be using every day. This is exactly this is built in the website that I want you to log everything in. If you're a paper person, I'm kind of more of a paper person. I rather write it throughout the day and then add it to the website at night. And by adding things to the website, you'll give your coach visibility into what you have been doing. Also makes you more accountable, especially if you're writing it twice. They say that people who record what they eat lose twice as much weight. So this is a really important part of this process. And I want you to succeed. I know you want yourself to succeed. So please make sure that you follow the plan. And I really haven't had anyone fail at this unless they don't follow the plan. And that's only been 2 people that I can actually think of. And I've had quite a lot of people too. So you're going to record your breakfast. Okay, something I haven't mentioned yet. Please write this down. If you are a woman, your limit is 1,000 calories a day. If you are a man, 1,200 calories a day. We're not accounting for how much you weigh right now. If you weigh 250 pounds, 500 pounds, or 150 pounds, it's still, if you're a woman, 1,000 calories a day. The only reason you would add more calories, if you do exercise, I'm not talking about walking, but if you do any other kind of exercise where you think you're burning a significant amount of calories, and you are going to use, MyFitnessPal or some other app to figure that out, maybe your phone or your watch or whatever is recording your movement, and you will add, you'll add 250 calories if that's about how much you burned during exercise. We're not trying to starve you here. We want to help you lose weight at a safe rate. And, so you're going to do that. Write down your emotions, write down breakfast, snack, lunch, afternoon snack, and dinner. You do not have to have a snack. You only have a snack if that's the way you want to plan your day. Another thing is, the goal is to try and finish eating by 6 o'clock. I will say, and I will admit to this myself, it's very challenging. My family eats typically, if we're on time, at 6 o'clock. So I would say if at the very latest is try and finish your dinner by 7, and because you don't want to go to sleep on a full stomach. You want to have digested most of your food by the time you go to bed. Another thing I will suggest is that you can, if you plan in the beginning, you may not know how much 1,000 calories is, so you might want to plan out your day before you eat, rather than like getting to the end of the day and saying, oh, I don't know how to make up my calories, or I ate too many calories. And another quick question, and write this down. Sometimes people say, oh, I only got to 850 calories, or oh, I only got to 700 calories. Really quick and easy way to add calories: have a tablespoon of olive oil, have a half an avocado, whatever it is, however many it is to make up your fat, is a really quick and easy way to make up your calories. Okay, so each day, again, just like on the website, you will see when you watch that video, is that each day shows you what supplements you're supposed to take. So this is just day 1, just one supplement, appetizer twice a day. Your guidelines, you do your checklist. So I'm going to talk about water for a second here. So you want to drink half your weight in ounces. If you've never done this before, if you weigh 150 pounds, you're going to drink 75 ounces of water. If you think in metric, divide 75 by 32, and you will get about 2 liters and a little less than a glass. Yeah, a little less than a glass. If you weigh 250 pounds, you will be consuming 125 ounces. That is about 3, almost close to 4 liters of water. Just divide by 32 ounces again. Exercise, you do want to exercise every day. It could be just walking. It could be walking for half an hour. Sleep. Sleep, if you see, we're at lifestyle guidelines down here. Did you sleep at least 8 hours? Sleep is incredibly important because people who sleep less than 6 hours a night weigh 5 to 15 pounds more than people who sleep more. And I will tell you that when I was losing weight, I've actually experienced this with all of my kids. When I was losing weight after being pregnant, I'm a bit kooky sometimes and would get obsessive about weighing myself. So I'd weigh myself. I'd wake up at 4 o'clock in the morning to nurse. And then some days, if I was lucky, I could sleep until 11 o'clock. And the amount of weight that I would lose if I kept sleeping was crazy. So I would just say that you can effortlessly lose weight because you become more insulin sensitive just by sleeping more and getting a consistent number of hours of sleep. Your body also repairs itself while it sleeps. So your immune system is stronger. Everything is stronger. Your wounds will heal faster. All kinds of things will happen. In your box, you will be receiving a supplement kit, well, for this it's 12 weeks, so it's quite large. It's quite a lot of bottles. And there is a bottle of exercise gel, and there's a bottle of cellulite gel or cellulite lotion. So make sure you're using those. And commonly I hear, oh, I forgot. Put them in a place where you're going to remember. Put them, maybe even put a cellulite lotion in your shower so that you see it, or put it on the counter where you brush your teeth. Put the exercise gel near where your exercise clothes are, maybe somewhere in your closet where you'll see it. I think the best way for you to remember to do things is plant things where they're going to happen, and in obvious places, or post a note or set a reminder on your phone or something. Always write down your questions for your coach, because always better to be prepared, and your appointment will go much more efficiently if you have what you need written down. So I'm going to move just to day 2. What I want to show you is that for the first 7 days, so for day 1, your supplements will be just 1 pill twice in the day. If we scroll down to supplements on day 2, you'll see there's a number of supplements. I'm going to make another short video showing you how I organized my supplements when I did my program. So the supplements are the same every single day except for day 1 and the days that you will be doing your detox. So your first detox will be starting on day 9 and ending on 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So on day 14, you go back to this, these same supplements, same in the morning, noon, and same in the PM. And then you will do another 3-day cleanse closer, I think it's on day 31, 30 or 31. And again, your supplements will change just on those 3 days, but otherwise they're the same throughout the whole 12 weeks, other than day 1. So you're going to record everything again, and always look at the top to see what you're eating. Only choose foods from the food list, page 23 to 27. Remember, no fruit until day 23. And a reminder again, write this down. If you're really looking to lose a lot of weight and you want to be more efficient at losing it, don't do fruit. Don't do fruit for the first 12 weeks. So that's that section. And there is a day for every day of the 12 weeks that you'll be doing the program. Now let's go to page 155. Only it's 156 in this book. So we have sample menus. And so this is where you get an idea of what you could be eating for breakfast, snack, lunch, snack, dinner, or just breakfast, lunch, dinner, totally up to you. There's also a section, if you look back, let's look back in the table of contents, where you will see recipes. So that's on page 135. Page 136, I think, for you. Page 135 for you. So here we have some of these things. Fruit smoothie, I actually wouldn't recommend doing 2 oranges and a banana. That's a lot of sugar. I prefer to stick with like the non-fruit breakfasts. So maybe skip this first page. But we have breakfast dishes, we have salads and wraps, and if you go to the Club Reduce website, you'll see the top right-hand square there is a place where you can see there's cooking videos and there's recipes there that you can use to just give yourself some more ideas. And you'll get into the rhythm of this once you get started. It can be a little overwhelming. There's a lot of information at the beginning, but just give yourself some time. You might want to give yourself like a week to ease into this and then fully start the program once you're totally organized. You have your food down, you've organized some of your meals, you've got your supplements in bags, and I'll show you. So you have menu ideas, you have recipes that you can use. And the last part I want to show you in this video is page 166. And 166 is the calorie index. So this is where if you're using paper in the day and you don't feel like getting online or don't feel like using an app, you can use the calorie index to calculate how many calories you're consuming. I think if you've tried to lose weight before, most people have done this. So it's really not that complicated. Anyway, I hope this helps. One last thing I'll say, and unfortunately I forgot this book at my office today, I wanted to show you, is that when I have patients do this in my office, what I do is I have printed out books, I have them bound with a spiral binding, and I put dividers in, and we label them with all the things that I showed you. I put a divider in the food list section. I put a divider in the menu section, in the recipe section, and in the calorie index section, so that it's quick, easy reference. You know exactly where your food or your lists. That's another one. We do the daily lists. I put a divider there. So if you want to, go to Kinko's and have it printed out, and you want to have an actual physical book to carry around with you, that can be really helpful. So take a look at this video as many times as you like, and hopefully it's helpful. Okay.